I've read a lot of books about Billy the Kid and a lot of books about Jack the Ripper just because both men fascinate me. But it started because, I've always wanted to write a story with Jack the Ripper.
Right.
That's been a long obsession of mine.
Right.
But I originally I had this idea. I was going to tell the steampunk time travel fantasy, include all the greatest figures from history. It was easy. I was like, Billy the Kid is going to be in there. Jack the Ripper, of course, is going to be in there. Mozart. I love Mozart. He's such a fucking wacko. And then I ran out of ideas. I was like, Billy the Kid, Jack the Ripper, Mozart. Who else?
It's almost like a Bill and Ted Western.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bill and Ted, but everything happens from Billy the Kid's perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
You just wanted a story with a lot of those characters,
right? Yeah,
because there was something there for you.
Yeah, all three of those men are fascinating and interesting, and they're bigger than life characters. And I just always steampunk has this beautiful visual. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Every steampunk book just looks great, and that's I'll still someday I'll do a steampunk story, I'm sure. But it was the more that I tried to zero in on what the story would be, the more that I thought about it, and the more that I thought about these characters, these people, these legends, the more that I saw that kind of overlap with Billy the Kid and Jack the Ripper, and the more I kind of zeroed in on, how they actually could have met. For me, I'm thinking about the steampunk, this time travel adventure, and it's like picking people from all over time, but here I was, the two people that I really wanted to talk about, they existed at the same time. So, the more I thought about it, the more that it was obvious to me that what I really wanted to tell was a historical fiction story. I didn't really want this steampunk, time travel adventure. Right. So I've Mozart for another day, Billy the Kid and Jack the Ripper, and there it is. You've got an absolute total story right there.
Absolutely.
You've got two of the greatest figures from history, and you can put them together logically. You can bring it all together. You can tie it together.
Yeah.
Simply,
it's scary how it makes
right.
sense.
They simply, for the story to work, they both have to have faked their. Well, Jack the Ripper doesn't even technically have to have faked his death. He just has to come to America. Billy the Kid, a lot of people actually believe he did fake his death. Personally, I believe he died when he died. But for the sake of this story, it was just too perfect.
Sure.
And Montague Drawn Druitt,
was just a suspect.
Yeah, one of the top suspects in the Ripper case. Yeah. He did actually commit suicide, but it just made too much sense that Jack the Ripper would never commit suicide.
No.
But if the heat were closing in, which the police were looking for M.J. Druitt at the time, and that's why they believe he committed suicide. But why not fake it and escape and find a new place to be Jack the Ripper?
Yeah,
and a lot of theories do have other suspects, escaping England and going and continuing to kill elsewhere. So, there you have it. There you have two of history's greatest figures, both of them looking for a fresh start, and
the rest is in the book.
The rest is in the book.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow.